everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and this is the Series 4 Apple Watch. I've been using it every single day since it came out, and it's definitely the best watch Apple has made. And I don't just say that because it's new. There's a lot of positives. But first, let's talk about what's new. So the first thing that's new is a new 44mm display. It's a little bit larger than last year's display, and if I turn this one on, you'll see it's definitely a little bit bigger. It's also a little bit thinner, and it's been redesigned. So on the side here, if we take a look side by side, you'll see on the Series 3 versus the Series 4, the speakers are in a different location. If we flip it around, on this side, you can see the digital crowns look a little bit different, and the red ring means it's cellular, same as the red dot, but also there's a microphone on the new one in the middle. But the placement is the same, but the digital crown has been completely redone with haptic feedback. So when you're scrolling it, you'll feel a little bit of a shake. Now, the nicest part they've done, I think, is on the bottom. And on the bottom, if we look at the Series 4 on the left, you can see it's ceramic. All versions of the Apple Watch get this. It's ceramic on the bottom, and they've redone the heart rate sensor and then also added an ECG sensor or echocardiogram. And that will be available later on. It's not available now, but check back when it is, and I'll be sure to do a video on that. But that's the first FDA-approved echocardiogram sensor built into a watch, and it should work really nice. Now, it's completely waterproof. You can swim with it, no problem. It's not water resistant like an iPhone IP68. It's completely waterproof. You can bring it in a pool and you won't have an issue. Now, the reason I chose the stainless steel this time around and I had the aluminum one last time is mainly due to the sapphire display and its resistance to scratching. Now, if I turn this off, you'll see there's not a single scratch on there. And in fact, I have my Series 0 sapphire display and there's not a scratch on here either. And this is years old. It's been bumped into concrete and brick walls while walking, and I had the same issue with this one. Apparently I'm fairly careless when doing that, and while I could put a screen protector on there, I didn't at the time, and this is all scraped up. And I kind of like the extra weight of the steel, and I just think it looks a little nicer. Now, of course, each one has the same exact internals. So we have the new S4 processor. It's up to 2 times faster than the last generation. And while it was never really slow with a Series 3, it's definitely not slow on this one. So if I push home here and then maybe go to an app, we'll go to the workout, you'll see there's the outdoor activity. Maybe I'll go to the alarm clock here. You'll see it's trying to check my heart rate now. And then we'll go home, and then maybe go back into something else, go to the home app here, and then go back out, and then maybe go to the Apple Store. It takes a second to load, and this is the longest I've seen anything load on it right there. So that's not bad at all. Everything's pretty quick that way, and I don't think many people will have an issue. Now, also with the larger display, you've got some new complications for this watch face. Some people don't like this watch face. It's a little busy. You have the weather here. You've got the 3D touch, of course, or the Force touch on this one. And compared to the old watch, the wallpapers do look a little bit nicer. So if I scroll over here, we'll go to this one here where it's fire. And this one also has fire. What you've got here, let me unlock this. What you've got here on the right is an edge-to-edge display, where on the left, it only goes into this circle. So if I swipe over here, you'll see where that watch circle is. You've only got the fire up to that point. So it stays within that circle. You've got edge-to-edge on the new one. Why they didn't do edge-to-edge on the old ones, I don't know, but that's one thing you get with the new one, and it looks pretty good. So you've got the same thing with the Vapor. You've got some new ones. Vapor, you've got liquid steel or metal, and they all look pretty good. And then a Breathe. This one looks the same on the other one since it stays in the circle, but I think you get the idea. You've got some new Apple Watch faces. This one that I've been using is specific to this device, and that's it as far as the design goes. Now, as far as using it, it's got new sensors in it, so you've got some new sensors for the gyroscope and motion sensors. They're more accurate. They can sense falls, so maybe you have an abrupt fall. It will know that and then ask you if you want to dial 911 and call emergency, and if you don't respond within a certain amount of time, it will actually dial for you. Now, I haven't had that pop up, but that is something that could pop up if you have that issue. That new S4 chip is really fast, and it's so fast everything just gets out of your way. I never really think about it. I can go into the activity app, check my activity, and since it just hit midnight, everything reset. But check my activity, go home, maybe check the weather, go back. It does what it needs to do, and you never feel like it's slow, and that's probably the best part of that new S4 chip. Now, as far as battery life, even with a faster chipset, it's more efficient, and also there's a new display technology called LPTO, and that's more efficient. So this, after wearing it all day long, maybe getting up at 7, putting it on your wrist, and then plugging it back on the charger at about 1 or 2 in the morning, I usually have over 60% of my battery life left. Now, if you're working out, it will last about 6 hours if you were to work out nonstop, because it's using this heart rate sensor plus GPS plus maybe you're streaming via Bluetooth. It will last up to 6 hours according to Apple. I haven't tested that for 6 hours straight. But it has amazing battery life. So it's definitely great for the health features, a watch, and notifications. The microphone is great with Siri, and it's definitely worth picking up if you have an older than Series 3 watch. Now, if you have a Series 3 watch, you may not want to get a new one. This works just as well, has all the same features except for this in the ECG meter, except for this actual watch face and ECG meter. Other than that, it's got everything else. If you don't need that, you should be fine with this one. If you have an older one, like the Series 0 I showed you, you don't even have watchOS 5 on this one, so it's definitely worth upgrading, and you get the same internals on the aluminum or the stainless steel one. This year there is no special edition ceramic one yet, so this is the top one for now, but I think that's fine since they're updating them every year. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you going to pick one up? Have you picked one up already? And what do you think about it? If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe and like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.